Dr. Santosh Sharma Padar for his sharing of the survey of Nepalese people's view on the BRI. It provided a lot of insights and also make today's dialogue even more relevant. Still, I found that after over a decade of introduction of BRI, after 8 years after Nepal signed the MOU, 3 months after Nepal signed the implementation framework agreements, there's still a lot of misunderstanding or doubts about the BRI in Nepal's community, society, and the people, which makes today's seminar even more important and relevant. I know there are many discussions in the past regarding BRI. I know my colleagues from China and Nepal, they will discuss the principles, the projects, the histories of BRI. So today, I want to take the discussion to a new level. So I will share more information on the significance of BRI to Nepal. So today, my speech, the topic will be why BRI matters to Nepal. So you will not heard about the previous discussions about the principles, the major projects under the BRI, how Nepal can benefit it. But I want to provide to you with a strategic vision of why BRI is so important. It matters to Nepal, not only matters to Nepal, but matters to the future prosperity of Nepal. So today I will start my presentation. We all know that BRI, the main area for cooperation is infrastructure. But why this infrastructure is important? What the BRI, by signing to the BRI, can bring to Nepal. BRI is a public goods provided by China to the world. It's not a strategic tour, but it's an invitation for countries to link to a network, to co-develop, to co-prosper. So that's number one. Why China have this confidence to connecting all the countries, 150 countries logged into the BRI. Because China now is leading in global infrastructure connectivity and trades. So next slide, please. I'll just share with you a few facts and the figures, and you will figure out the significance by yourselves. China's high-speed rail has exceeded 48,000 kilometers, which makes it over 60% of the global total in 2024. China's highway mileage exceeded 177,000 kilometers, and which is world's largest. China's highway tunnels, we have over 24,000 tunnels, total length exceeding 27,000 kilometers. And over the 10 largest global ports, China has 7, which is Shanghai, Ningbo, Zhoushan, Shenzhen, etc., by the cargo volume that is traded. So what by mentioning this, what I mean that China's infrastructure is leading the world. We are at the core of the international infrastructure connectivity. So by linking to China, you have opened a new way for connectivity. And also for the very complicated infrastructure developments in Nepal, China has every technology to help Nepal to build your infrastructure and connect it to the world. Make Nepal from a land-linked country making Nepal from a landlocked country to a land-linked countries. By linking to this world-class infrastructure, you can open new chapters for trade opportunities. In 2024, China's foreign trade volume has exceeded 43.85 trillion RMB, which is the largest in the world. And we have over 150 countries whose largest trading partner is China. But unfortunately, Nepal is not one of them. That is a puzzle. When I arrived in Nepal, the first puzzle I faced. Why Nepal is a close friend, a close neighbor of China, its largest trading partner is not China. Countries as far as in Latin America, the largest trading partner is China. So I see potentials, huge potentials for Nepal to tap into these trading opportunities with China. And also in terms of global tourism market share, China has 10%. The Chinese people traveling overseas. Before COVID, 2019, we have 155 million people traveling to the world. Now we have recovered to 100 million in 2024. Sorry for the mistake in the slides. It's also a huge market, potential market for Nepal to tap into. As far as I know, Nepal received a little more than 1 million tourist arrivals last year. So I think 100 million Chinese travelers is a huge market for Nepal to tap into. Also, China is a trade hub for global largest commodities, large quantity commodities. For example, China imported 72% of global iron ore exports, which amounted to 1.2 billion tons. Beef, I know that last year we signed the thermally treated buffalo meat export to China agreements. So China imported 3 million tons of beef, which accounted for 24 to 26% of global imports. In terms of soybeans, we imported 100 million tons, accounted for 60 to 68% of global exports. So, this is the first aspect I want to share with you. By connecting with China, Nepal has connected to the world-class infrastructure connectivity network and also the trade network. So that's very important. Second aspect I want to share with you that China is leading the future industrial and technological revolution. The most obvious to our Nepalese audience people is that the EV. Now we can see Chinese brand EVs everywhere in Nepal. That's not coincidence. Because China, we have produced over 60% of all the EVs produced in the world. Next slide, please. Also, we produced 70% of the batteries used in EVs. So some people say that China has a supremacy on EV and EV batteries. That's no joke, it's a reality. Actually, China has taken the lead in every future technologies. EV, just one example that Nepalese people can understand very easily, because you see the EVs, Chinese brand EVs, on the streets of Nepal. But some of the areas Nepalese people may not understand very well, so I want to share a few facts with you as well. For the future energy development technologies, China's annual power generation is 90.2 trillion kilowatts, 30% of global total. Among them, 36% of the total power output is renewable energy. China is taking from 80 to 90% of the solar panel productions. And we are taking 90% of the wind power products. So for the future renewable energy markets, China is leading. Also, for the future energy technologies, which is the fusion technologies, China is also leading with that. The latest development in 2024, China's experimental advanced superconducting tokamak achieved 1,066 second high confinement plasma operation. You probably do not understand what this means. I don't either, because all these technical jargons. What I want to show you is that China is taking lead in the fusion technology as well. Next slide, please. And other areas for the drones. We all know that the big name Dajiang drones. They have taken 70% of the total market share of the world. So China is leading in drone technology. Robots, same. Unitree company, they are taking 50% of the world markets for the industrial use robots. China is producing and also deployed over 50% of the world total, which put China in a leading position as well. In the AI sector, China have more than 4,000 AI companies. Now the DeepSeek, Qianwen from Alibaba, and Manus, these three big names, has already paved the future path for AI big models and AI applications. Next slide, please. For quantum computing, Chinese scientists have unveiled the Zuchongzhi third, a 105-qubit quantum processor. This technical jargon is hard to swallow, but put it simply, that China is on a par with the United States in the race to build the world's most powerful quantum computer. Lunar explorations. China will be the first country to build a lunar base on Moon. So by quoting all these areas and statistics, I just want our Nepalese friends to understand. China is leading every future technology and future industries. Third, China has become a global knowledge hub. Many Nepalese people ask me why should I study Chinese? What benefits can I get? This is the answer. Because China is becoming the knowledge hub for the world. China's R&D investment reached $458 billion US, which put China as the most heavily invested in research and development country in the world. That is also the reason why China is leading in almost all future technologies and industries. Another reason is China has 11.74 million college graduates every year, which is 1/3 of Nepal's population, of which more than 5 million are engineers, which put China as a 10 versus 1 United States graduates 600,000 STEM graduates or engineers annually. China's engineer graduation is 10 times of the United States. This huge talent pool provides solid support for China's science and technological developments. The results of high level of R&D investment and high volume of graduates have resulted in technological breakthroughs in China. So for the Natural Index in 2024, China has ranked first globally for 5 consecutive years with natural indexes. So I've noticed last year, the South China Morning Post published a sensational article with the title, Sichuan University has beat MIT and Stanford in terms of natural index. They put a list, Nature magazine has put up a list of natural index rankings. The top 10 universities with only one university from the United States, Harvard University. The number 2 to number 10, all from China, with Sichuan University ranked 10th, beating MIT and Stanford. So among the natural publication groups, the highly referenced papers, China is ranking second globally in 2023. As patent applications, China has filed 1.6 million applications in 2023, ranks number 1 globally. In terms of 5G patents, China accounted for 40% of global share, leading in the world. About 5G patents, Chinese companies accounted for 35% of global patents, which is also putting China in lead. Those are the 3 areas I want to share with you today. That is why BRI is so important to Nepal. Because by joining the BRI initiative, Nepal is not about building a road, railway, or airport, or exporting some thermal-treated buffalo meat, or welcoming more tourism from China. By signing up for BRI, Nepal is integrating into a global network of progress with China in the center. Be it infrastructure connectivity, be it trade connectivity, be it industrial developments, be it knowledge sharing. So I want to congratulate Nepalese government and Nepalese community by signing up for the BRI initiative. Nepal has successfully secured a position for future development, future cooperation with China, and future prosperity for your young generations. Yesterday, I saw a Twitter goes viral in Nepal. Some high school students shouting slogans of bring lights to Nepal. But I think shouting slogans does not resolve any problems. By doing concrete work under the BRI framework will resolve the problem and secure the bright future, not only for our friends sitting today, but also for the young generation still sitting in schools. It is our duty to engage the cooperation between China and Nepal under the BRI framework in the right way. It is our duty to start working. It is our duty to embrace Chinese technology, Chinese market, Chinese wisdom, Chinese initiatives, including BRI, because that will bring a more bright future for Nepal and for Nepal's economy. Thank you so much. Thank you.